go down. What's going on Friday? How's everybody doing? This is going to be good. It's going to be brief, but it's going to be good. And I always say it's going to be brief, but I really feel like this is not going to take too long to really convey what I want to place inside you, the software that I wish to download to you. So it's Friday evening. Everybody's doing whatever it is they're doing. And I want to leave you with something that I believe can be beneficial to you, because otherwise, it'd be a waste. So check this out. This is what I believe, because I only try to share things that I personally have used and applied. So my latest practice is to attempt to listen with a different set of ears. And all that means is this, majority of time, we don't think about, actually what we have. So I don't know, I'm not a medical physician, nor do I claim to be a professional at understanding how all these things inside our heads work. But what I do know is our ears are very complex. They have chambers and compartments. They got all these things inside of them. And if we really understood the complexity of them, we might use them more. And I believe that that's why we have two ears. And we have two of them for a specific reason. I know that everybody says that, well, you got two ears and one mouth so you can listen twice as much. I believe that it's a part of the balance. It is very much a part of everything that we need to operate as far as our equilibrium, our balance, to hear tonalities, to be able to hear different pitches, different tones, different sounds, different octaves. And so the reason I'm saying that is because what if you started listening with different ears? I want you to really think about that, because what I know is a lot of times we don't listen with our ears. We actually listen with our eyes. We actually listen with our feelings. We actually listen with our experiences. We actually listen with our memories, with our habits. We listen with everything else but except our ears. Now imagine if we actually started to listen completely to everything, to every pitch, to every tone, to every bit of emotion, to every bit of seriousness and energy, as well as the frequency that someone's giving to us. Because a lot of times we get caught up in conversation and we misinterpret and we miss out on some good stuff. I promise you, in my lifetime, I know for a fact that I missed out on some good conversations because I was listening with the wrong ears. I missed out on some good people, some great people, some magnificent opportunities because I was listening with the wrong ears. What if you decided that today, from today forward, that you were going to start listening with different ears, therefore you could get a different outcome? See, if you listen with different ears, you can apply things differently, you can live differently, you can be differently. What if you started living with the mindset and the thoughts that you were on borrowed time? Because we are. What if I told you that everything that you wanted in your life could change, however you wanted it to change, if you started listening differently? Meaning, when you meet people, when they introduce themselves, the conversation that they have. What if you listen to them differently as far as how they introduce themselves, and more importantly, how they introduce other people? Check this out. Pay really close attention as to how people that you know introduce you to other people. Pay really close attention to how people that you know introduce other people to you. Who they say that you are, how they say that you are, the tonalities in which they say it. Because if you listen to how someone is introducing to you, how someone is explaining you to someone else, you get to find out how highly that person thinks of you and what regards that person think of you, or if they care for you at all. Some of you, not everybody, but some of you are hanging out with people that are jealous of you, that are envious of you, that hope you don't win, that are only around you because they're seeing what they can get from you. They're trying to use you up. They want you're a resource to them. Some people, and that could be a good way and a bad way. See, because some people are using you as an asset and a resource as a good way so they can level up, so they can increase, so they can bring value to that circle because they truly want to be a part of your circle. They're not just trying to see what they can get from you. Example, another thing is when you're getting instructions from somebody, listen with the type of ears that allow you to hold on to every single word. When a person that you care about is explaining to you, try to listen with those ears because you might be hearing the wrong thing. You might be interpreting it differently or wrong, and that's going to cause problems. If someone that you're doing business with, someone that in your family, a loved one, listen with the type of ears that are compassionate. Listen with the ears of love. Listen with the ears of openness. Listen with the ears of clarity. Listen with the ears of an open mind. And I promise your universe will expand because you can receive so much more if you change the way you listen to things. So starting today, make a promise to yourself that you're no longer going to listen with the ears of being closed-minded. You're no longer going to listen with the ears of unclarity. You're going to start from today forward to start listening with the ears of people, of a person who is open to receiving everything that's supposed to come your way, everything that's supposed to come into your universe, every part of every person. And I'm going to explain to you why. See, because if you're not listening with the right ears, if you're not hearing every single thing, then you can't squeeze all the fruit out. You can't squeeze all the juice out of the fruit. You're leaving half of it. Have you ever seen somebody eat something and you're like, that's it, you're done? Listen, I'm an islander. I came from a place that when the food is in front of you, when it looks like like a dinosaur ran through it. I see some people eat something and it's still there. I'm like, you didn't even eat. And they're like, oh, I'm like, etiquette, what? What? So what if you started listening to those ears of a person who was feasting on every single thing that you were getting from someone? How much more could you level up? How much more value would you be? How much more value could you bring? And how much more value could you receive if you started listening with those ears that would allow you to hear everything in the manner that they were trying to deliver it to you? And of course, ask questions. Try to find out, man, what exactly were you saying? What did you mean by that? Get some clarity, get some understanding, because a lack of communication, a lack of or miscommunication, or no communication at all, a lot of times comes because it is like we are speaking a different language to each other, even though we're speaking the same language. I hope that makes sense, but pay attention to the language that they're speaking, of how they're speaking it. Otherwise, you're hearing conversation that is foreign. You cannot interpret it. You'll need an interpreter to understand what this person's trying to give to you, what they're trying to say to you, and the blessings you might miss out on, all because you weren't listening with the right ears. That's my time. I hope you got something out of this because I definitely tried to give it to you. It's Friday night. Enjoy your time. Enjoy your weekend. I haven't got back with you, and I apologize for that, but I'm going to give you everything I have anytime I have the opportunity. Check this out. You didn't have to come up with this. So go to my YouTube channel. Go subscribe to it. Like it. Share with it. Pay it forward to somebody else. And I'm going to explain to you why. Because you didn't have to have this conversation. You didn't have to be able to elaborate and effectively be able to communicate this way. You can do it in your way. But there might be someone that you need to listen. You might need somebody that needs to hear a message from you, and they won't hear it from you. But if you convey it from someone else and you let them hear it, you guys can get on the same page, start off fresh, have a clean slate, both start to listen to each other with clarity, with an open mind, have effective communication. And how much further could you both lift up yourselves? How much more could you both elevate? How much more of a higher frequency could you both operate on? And if that happens, how much more powerful do you become? That's my time. I hope you got something out of this. Like it, share it, send it to somebody's page, go to my YouTube channel, share, subscribe, like everything that you can, and get these vibes. It's Friday night, Mr. Over Million Serve. I'm out of here. Take care.